guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa. I'm going to start making another file folder today. I am using this file folder kit, which is either a set of SVG files if you have an electronic cutting machine, and it also comes as a set of printable templates if you don't have a cutting machine but you'd still like to make this file folder. So I will refer to this picture here when I'm using all the different pieces that there are to use. This is what the blue pieces here are the pieces that I've cut out of cardstock, and the pink pieces are what I will cut out of the designer paper that I'm using. So I'm using a kit called Sunflower Soiree by Cara Brandon. And I will put a link to her YouTube channel, Etsy store, and her Facebook group as well, because you should definitely go and check that out. I'll put all those links down below and I'll tell you a little bit more about it as we're going through, but let's just get started. So today I'm going to make the base of my file folder and the inside pages, and then in the next video I'm going to put all the pockets and things in. And I have this idea that on the front of this file folder I'm going to do those stackable envelopes, that kind of stackable envelopes thing. So that's my plan. But let's start with making the file folder itself. So for the cover of the file folder, I have cut out 2 of the base 1 pages, and that's these ones here. And as you can see, I've cut them out of suspension files, those hanging green suspension files. I've got quite a lot of those sitting around and I'm using them up, and I thought that this green worked really nicely with Cara's kit, so that's what I'm doing. So I've actually cut out 4 of these. So I've cut out 2 of base 1s, and base 1s have the tab at the top, and then 2 of the base 2 pages, and they have the tab in the center. Okay, so I've got 2 of the center tabs and I have got 2 of the top tabs. So the thing about the top tabs is if you turn it over, it's now a bottom tab, and you'll also see that the middle tab fits in there perfectly, so that you can have a 3-tab system in your file folder if you would like. So I've cut those out. Then I have cut out 2 of the spine 1s. So this is the little blue piece underneath. I've cut out of that. So I've got 2 of the spine 1s and 1 of the spine 2s that I've cut out here. And that, oh no, I've got these as well. So I've got 2 of the side pocket 2s. So that's got that middle tab there, and this pocket 1 and pocket 2 are the same width, and pocket 3 and pocket 4 are narrower again, but they're also the same width. So I've cut out 2 of side pocket 2. Right, and I'll put all of that in the description box as well, so you don't have to madly write it down or try and remember. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my cover. So we need to cut a couple of tabs off the cover. The reason is these are made so that these could be a pocket page themselves. If we folded these pockets over, we could make the cover a pocket page. I did that with this slimline one here. So I made this one on camera, and it's using this set of SVGs as well, or printable templates. I just made it a slimline version, which you can easily do with these. And this one has got a pocket in the front. And that's how, if I joined 2 pages together, I could have a pocket in the front. And the same with this one, there's a pocket in the back as well. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to be a little bit more simple, and I'm just going to use them just as they are. But I need to cut the tabs off the top and the bottom of those. And then I'm also going to do the same for these side ones here, because these could be pockets, but I'm going to use them as flips. So I'm going to cut this tab and this tab off, and I don't know if you can see in the camera, but there's a score line there that my Cricut has put there for me, so I'm just going to line that up and cut that off. So I need to do that with those 2. And then the same with these ones. These are just base pages, they're not going to be pocket pages, so I'm going to cut the tabs off the top and the bottom of those as well. So let's just put that to the side, and I'll get out my cutting board. And I'll chop some of these tabs off. So I'm just lining up the score line at the top and at the bottom, or at the bottom at the top. I'm just going to trim that off like so, and not throw that away. So you could always use those to make little skinny tags. And you could, if this stuff is pretty thick, but you could roll them and make them into paper beads. You could make them into you could weave them together and make a sort of a weave page design that, you know, you don't have to throw them away. Maybe I should do a video one day on all the different things we can do with these. Okay, so then there's these ones here. So this video is a part of a series of videos that I'm doing with Cara Brandon. So we're doing a bit of a collaboration. So we're using a kit that she's designed called Sunflower Soiree. It's absolutely beautiful. I've done a whole video on a flip through of the kit itself, so you can go and check that out. I'll put a link to this video so you can go straight from here to there if you want to. It's a beautiful kit. I just love it. It's really inspired me. And so she's doing using the same SVG files because she has a Cricut, and is making this a file folder as well, I think. And then she is also so she's using her kit, her Sunflower Soiree, and my file folder kit, and I'm doing the same thing. And then we get to see at the end what each one's little project looks like, which is pretty interesting and kind of exciting. I think it will be interesting to see how different two people can make an item, you know, using exactly the same materials. Alright, so I've just trimmed all my tabs off, so I've just left myself with this long tab down the side, which I will just fold over. So these hanging file folders are really thick. I hadn't realised until I started folding it, really. It's not until you fold it that you realise how thick something is. So this is going to be very sturdy. So I'm just going to fold all my tabs in. And I am also going to distress around the edges, but I might do that at the end because I don't want to bore you with that. But I will distress the edges a little bit. I'm using Gathered Twigs. It's a bit darker than Vintage Photo. I need something quite dark for this, but I didn't want to go black. So folding in all my little tabs here. This one must be a different brand. Is it? Because although it's the same colour green, it's a lot smoother and a bit shiny, but that's okay. We'll work with that. It's a twin lock. Must just be maybe an older one or a newer one. Who knows? Alright. So I'm going to put these two to the side for now, and I'll put these to the side, and we'll start with these ones here, and one of our spine ones. Okay, so I'm going to have one spine one, so I'll put one to the side and one of these, and I'm just going to glue these together with one tab at the top and one tab at the bottom, and I'm going to attach them to this spine. So pretty simple. I'm just going to pop this one here like so. So this spine is a 3 centimetre spine, and I'm using this spine because I'm putting a journal in the middle, and I've already made my journal. But if I just wanted to make the file folder and I didn't want to put a journal in the middle. I don't have to have a spine this thick. So I could make my whole file folder but just use this quite thin spine here, and then, you know, it could be a bit narrow. Or you could just trim this down, you know, it doesn't, this is just a suggestion. You should feel free to do anything you like, you know. These are just to make crafting easier for you and fun, and sort of gets the mechanics of constructing something out of the way, so then you can really go to town on decorating and embellishing. And there's lots of different things that we could do, and different ways we could put this one together. Okay, so that is basically our file folder cover, right? And it's about A5 size. This is my journal that I've made for the center, and I have just folded A4 sheets in half, and then I've just trimmed them a little bit off the side, but basically that is the size of an A4 page. So, but you could also, if you were using letter size paper and you folded that in half, it would easily fit in here as well. So, and you see a little center tab that pokes out. Doesn't that look cool? Alright, so that's that bit. Now we're going to use these two side pockets. These are the side pocket 2s, and I'm simply going to line one up here and glue it on, and line one up here and glue it on, so that they'll be flips that flip out. I might do a little corner rounding, I think. So I'm going to round this top corner here and this corner here, like so, which means I need to round this bottom corner here, like that, and then this top one up here. Get it in there, like that. Yep. Okay, so then I'm just going to put some glue on this tab. And pop it down on here like so. Now, it's really quiet in my house at the moment. The dogs are curled up together in front of the heater because it's cold here today, and it's blowing a gale. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but I can't promise that there won't be any dog barking, so I'm apologising in advance if you hear some little yaps. So that's that one, and then we're going to do the same on this side. So put some glue on here. So if you cut these out with your Cricut or your Silhouette Cameo or your Brother Scan and Cut, whatever electronic cutting files you use, you'll need to manage your score lines according to what machine it is that you're using. So for a Cricut, you need to attach the score lines to the piece. And I've done numerous videos on how to do that with other sets, not the file folder set. So if you went and had a look in any of my playlists, you will probably find a video that explains how to attach the score lines to the piece. You need to change them to score lines, and then you need to attach them. It's pretty easy though. Okay, so that is our flip outs here. And I'm just going to pop this one to the side. I might round these while I'm here. I'll round that one. And around this one. And if you use the printable templates, you just have to make sure that you, when you print them out, that you select fit to page and always print fit to page. Okay, so that is my file folder so far, looking good. I'll pop that to the side because I'm going to do the middle pages. So for the middle pages, going to use these guys again, the base page 2 these are, because the tabs are in the center. And then I'm using spine 2, and I'm going to attach them again to this spine. So let's go ahead and do that. These are even thicker, these pieces. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Make sure it's lined up. It looks a little bit not quite lined up. Okay. Now, if we have a look on the back, you'll see that the tab pretty much covers the whole thing. That's fine. We're just going to put some glue on this tab and put it straight on top. And all that will do is just reinforce that spine, really. You won't notice the bulk from having 3 pieces of cardstock on top of each other. It'll be fine, trust me. Okay. I'm just going to attach that one like that. This one's I needed to cut a little bit more off the top of this one, so I think I'll better do that. So I can see my score line here, and I've missed it when I did my trimming. So I'm just going to get my cutting board back out again and try again to line it up properly. There we go. See, I just missed that tiny little bit there, and that was going to bug me. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that's really attached to that center spine. Like so. I'll wipe up that little bit of excess glue there. And then I'm going to round these corners as well. That one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. So then it should just fold. I'm just going to make sure my folding is good, because this is some thick cardstock. Okay, let's get rid of all these little pieces that came out of my corner rounder. And this one here are going to be our center pages. I've got a bit of a gluey mess going on there, Katie. So all I'm going to do is line them up on my center spine and glue it down like that. So you can use double-sided tape or anything you like. I'm just going to use glue to attach them, and I just want to find the center of each one. I want to try and line it up properly. So I'm just going to get out a little ruler and a little pencil, and I'm going to find the center of this. You can't see my ruler, but so this is 3. I use centimeters. This is 3 centimeters wide. So I'm just marking 1.5, and I'm going to do the same at the top, although I probably won't be looking at the top all that much. So if you use another measurement, I'm just finding the center. And this is 1.5 centimeters wide, so the center is, I can't see very well, I think that's 5, 6, 7.5. Oop. And then the same here. 5. Oh, broke my pencil. 5, 6, 7.5. And that's basically all the measuring I do, is just some little center marks, so then I can line those two up when I glue it down. And then I'm going to put some glue on this whole skinny spine here. And I'm going to line up those little marks that I made. So I'm happy with that one. I'm just going to spin it around and make sure that this one's pretty good too. Pretty much. Okay. That's it. So then I'm just going to make sure that this is really firmly attached by giving it a good burnish. Okay. Probably wipe up some of the gluey mess that I've got going on down here. And let's check this side. That looks good. Happy with that. Now, I probably should have cut a mat to put on there before I stuck this down, but I have to live with it now. So this is the basis of our file folder. Let's have a look. Opens up this way, and then this way, and then we have this page, this page, this page, this flap here, and then that back section there, and that's just to start with. So we can, in the next video, I think we'll probably do all the pockets and things, but I'll give you an eye. But we'll just finish this little section here by sticking this second spine one onto here, and that's just going to clean up this spine. So it's not, it's sort of optional, but also just gives your spine a bit more strength, and I like to do that. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. And it's just covering up those tabs. But as I say, I mean, if you're covering it with lace or whatever you're doing, you might decide you don't need to do this bit, but I just like to put it on there. I think it finishes it off. I might still put some lace on the side. And that is, so that's the beginning of our file folder. So in the next video, we'll do some of the pockets and things to go on the inside. But I've seen lots of people do these envelope stacking, so they stack all the envelopes up at the top and they put pockets on them and all that sort of thing, and I thought, I want to give that a go. So I haven't done it before, but we're going to give it a go. So let me show you what I've cut out, and let's do a bit of experimentation. Might need to put a bit more glue under there. So let's pop this one to the side. Oh, hang on. No, let's try out our journal first. So here's our journal. Oh, there go the dogs. 1 minute. Okay, I think they've stopped. So here's my journal, and what I'm going to do is, I could, if you were making a journal and you didn't want to, and you wanted it to stay permanently attached to your file folder, well, you could, you know, stitch your whole journal in. I'm trying to find the center where I've stitched it. Nearly. There we go. Oh, shush puppies. I could stitch my whole journal in, and then my journal will be attached in here and wouldn't come out at all. But I like to just grab a piece of ribbon and tie it around here and just do it up on the side. I like the look of the ribbon on the side, but I also like that I can remove the journal to write in if I want to. So that's what I'll do. But as you can see, it just fits in there quite nicely. Doesn't that look good? Once this is all decorated. So I'll put this one to the side. I'll put this one to the side, and we'll talk about these envelopes that I have in mind. So I've made these envelopes out of paper. So what I did was I grabbed one of these hanging files, and on the inside there is no printing, and I just scanned it, and then I printed it out onto paper on both sides so that it looked sort of the same as my cover. That's my idea anyway. So it didn't print exactly the same, and my printer kind of messed up, and you can see some lines on there, but I'm going to matte them anyway, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, that's why they're this funny green colour, because I scanned my file folder to get the same kind of look. And these are all pieces, so this is 100 GSM paper, so it's a little bit thicker than normal copy paper. I think you could do copy paper as well. that I've cut these pieces out of. So I'm going to use all this, or some of these pieces in this file folder to make some pockets. They're not pockets, they're envelopes. They're going to be envelopes. So let's just go ahead and make some, right? Okay, so I've cut out, and again, I'll put all of this in the description box. I've cut out one envelope flip one, and that's the blue piece. I'm referring to the blue pieces because the pink pieces are the mattes, and I haven't done any matting yet. So this is envelope flip one. I've got one of those. Then I've got one of the side pocket 4s and one of the side pocket 1s. Okay, and we're just going to stick that together and make an envelope. And I'm going to do it twice. So I've already got one here where I've cut some tabs off, and I'm just not quite sure where I want to stick it together. So we'll get to that in a minute. So let me get my cutting board out. I'm just going to rearrange myself. Right, I think I'm comfortable. So we cut out those pieces. Now, to make an envelope, we are going to, off this one here, this is side pocket 2, she says. Just checking, yeah, side pocket 2. I'm actually going to cut this tab off there, so I'm just going to line up the edge on my cutting board like that, and then just cut that tab off. Looks pretty good. And then I'm also going to cut off these 2 short tabs because we don't need those for this exercise. And then this one here. Trim that off. Pop that in the bin. Okay, so that's going to be the base of our envelope. And then, okay, we don't need to cut anything more of those. So then I have this base piece with the bits cut off, and then I've got this pocket here, which is side pocket 4, and I am just going to fold these tabs in and glue it onto here. Now this is why I need to have a little decision-making session here, because let's say this is my envelope, right? I've got a tab here, so I'm either going to have the envelope flipping out from this side, like so, or I'm going to have it from that side. It might be easier to access it from this side, so let's do it like that. Okay. So I'm going to attach it on this side, and my tab is here. So I'm going to, do I want to put it this way or this way? You can either put the tab underneath it or you can put it on top. I'm going to do it underneath. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue and pop that on there like that. Ta-da! Like so. And then this one here, I'm going to fold all the tabs in, and we're going to attach it on here like so. Like ta-da! And then we have an envelope. Now I could cut this off if I wanted to, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't done a very good job of trimming that. Let me just, you can see it's poking out there. Get some scissors and just trim down here. It's on the inside, so you won't see it. It's probably more how I glued it down. Not very well. Okay. So I was going to have it like that. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 tabs down. So I like to put a little bit of glue on here and a little bit of glue on here. Do I want to leave that tab there? I think I do. Bit of fun. put some glue all the way around here. And then pop that one there like that. Like so. Make sure it's lined up. Okay, give it a burnish. I'm looking forward to seeing what this is like when it's all done. I've seen people do these stackable envelopes on the front and I thought it looked pretty cool. So, what I really like though is because we're using the pieces with tabs to make our own envelopes, we can use this bit. So when I've seen people make it before, they've used this flap to attach it to the book. So we're going to attach it here with this tab, like so. But when you're using envelopes, normal envelopes, you don't have this tab. So people are attaching this tab down like that. And then it's not so much an envelope and more a pocket, but we're having an actual envelope. So I'm going to glue that one on here. So then I've done exactly the same 3 pieces. I've cut them out and I have got a dodgy paper clip here. But I didn't stick it together because I wasn't sure. I think I want this one to open out this way, like that. Let's just do it. Alright. So I've already cut, this is side pocket 2, I've already cut the 2 tabs off there. I've got this tab here, and then we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to attach this one here to this side. I just wasn't sure about where I wanted it to go. Good chance I'll change my mind or wish I hadn't done it that way as well, but never mind. So normally when I do a prototype, I've sort of ironed all of these things out, but I haven't done a prototype. I'm winging it, which is really not me. I generally do a prototype for everything. Okay. So, I mustn't have done a very good job of cutting that tab off. So I'm just going to line this up. Like so. Just trim that tiny little bit off there. Now I'm happy. Okay, and then we're going to attach this one here again, which was the side pocket 4. And I've turned in all the tabs, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here and here to hold those tabs in place. And then I'm going to put a bit of glue along here. And glue it on like so. A bit of glue on them now. Okay. Alright, so there I have another one of those long envelopes, and I've got the tab here so I can attach it. I'm going to attach this one like this and this one like this. Yes. Have to now. Okay, so then I've cut another few little pieces out here for some other little U-Butte pieces. So let's have a little look here. I've got one of those, and one of those. So this is the next little envelope that I want to make. So this is a little bitty one. So for the bottom of our envelope, the base, I've cut out bottom pocket 3, and that's this one here. And then I have cut out envelope flip 2, and that's this one here. And then I've cut out the small pocket, which is this one here. Okay, so this is what we're going to use to make the little envelope. So this little envelope, I'm going to use this tab here to attach it to our book, the front of our book. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this tab and this pocket and this tab and this tab and this tab, and we're just going to have this one left, and then we don't have to make any changes to those. So let's, oops, I just whacked my light with my cutting board. I'm just going to line this up. I'm going to cut off that little tab there. And I'm going to cut off this one here. You could do this with scissors if you could cut straight. I'm not so good at cutting straight. What can I say? Didn't cut through very well. Okay. Don't hit the light on the way through. Okay, so we're going to attach our little envelope to our book there. So this little envelope flap I'm going to attach to this top section. So let's just do that. Like so. And press it down. Ta-da! And then this one here is going to be our little front pocket. So first of all, I'm going to this one of these long tabs. I'm just going to glue it down like so. And then that's going to be our little pocket section. So then these three I'm just going to tuck in, and I'll put a little bit of glue here and here to hold it down. I'm going to put some glue along here. Whoops. Let me pick it up. Didn't really do a very good job of that. Okay, and then so I've got the flap on the side there. I'm going to attach this to the bottom here. Like that. Line it up. Make sure I'm happy with that. A bit wonky. It's a bit wonky. It'll do. And then press that down. So it's a little bit wonky there. It's a bit annoying. Anyway, so then we have this little envelope here that opens up like that. And we have that little tab that we can attach it to. So I'll put that with the other ones. And then this one here, I'm just going to have a little sort of slide in pocket. So I've cut a couple of pockets that I'm going to put together. So what I've got is this here, this bottom pocket 2, that's this one. And, oh, there's a corner pocket. Bottom pocket 2, and I'm just going to trim those two tabs off this one. So this tab here and this tab here, I'm going to trim off. And then I have got bottom pocket 1, that's this one here, or this way. You could have it either way, you could have that tab either way. And I've got one of those. So let's just trim those off. Cutting board out again. I'm going to trim this one off here and this one off here, like so. And this one here and there, like so. Okay. So for this one, let's bring our little book back, right? So on the front, I'm going to glue this one on here, and then this one on here. So that's that kind of stacked envelope idea. Then I was going to glue this one on this side here. I think I want the tab up the top. Going to stick that one on there like that, and this is going to go on top of there, and then I'm going to put this one on here like this. I think that's my plan. Okay, so that's the one we're doing now. So I just wanted to make sure that I had it the way I wanted it. So I've got my tab here, and I'm just taking this pocket, this bottom pocket 1, I'm just going to turn in. I just want to make sure, do I want this tab on the same side, or do I want it that way? Oh, so many decisions. I feel like I might want it that way. Yeah, let me just put a little bit of ink on this side. Put a bit of ink on here. Like so. I can do the rest later, but that bit I can't really. So I'm going to turn the tabs this way instead. Just give them a little burnish. And this way. And then I'm going to attach this one onto here like this. That's how I'll do that. So I got thoroughly spoiled today. And I got Christmas presents in July. I'm not kidding. Awesome Christmas presents in July. My fiance bought me a 3D resin printer and a cure and wash station to go with it. So I already have a 3D printer that he bought me, which is a filament 3D printer. I don't know if you know anything about 3D printers. Anyway, I'm just super excited. I want to go and play with it. But I need to finish off a project before I start something else. So it's sitting there all ready to go. I just want to finish this off first. I really feel like I lined that up terribly, but I'm not sure that you can tell too much. I think it needed to come over this way, but I think my glue's already caught. Yeah, it's not going to move it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to trim this little bit off here, and that might make me happy. Might have to use my scissors. I just want to trim that little bit off there. Am I happier? More? Maybe? Probably. So anyway, the reason I really like a 3D printer is that there's lots of things that I can print on my 3D printer that I use in crafting. So I've printed some frames before to go on the front of my books and journals and things like that. And I have printed little dominoes so that I can make altered dominoes and things like that. So I just print my own rather than trying to buy them. And there's lots more things that I want to be able to do. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm just going to open this out so we can glue things on. And I'm going to start by gluing this one here. So because we used the file folder pieces, it fits our file folder perfectly, which is kind of cool, I think. So I'm just going to glue this one on here. I'm going to mat these with the beautiful paper from Cara Brandon, but I won't do it on camera because it will drive you berko watching me do that, I think. But anyway, we'll talk about the matting in a little bit. I'm just going to make sure that's really well attached. Okay, so we have one stackable envelope on top, and then I'm going to do this other long one on this side. So I'll put some glue on this tab. And I need to round this corner because this corner here is rounded, so I always forget about it until I've got the glue on. A little bit of ink there. Okay, so I'm now lining this up along here and up to there. Let's see, how did that go? Pretty good, pretty good. And just make sure it's really well attached. It's not very well attached there. I could do with a bit more glue. That's okay. We'll sort that out later. So this is this is sort of like the inside, like that. So we can put some pockets in here or something as well. I haven't decided on that yet. Okay, so then I want to put this one on this side. So let's just open this up. Now, it's going to go on here like this and flip out. So let's put some glue on here and pop this on about there. I mean, I guess it's pretty much centered. I don't care exactly where it goes. I think that's good though. So then that's going to flip out like that. Get that glue off there. And then that's going to flip out like that. And then on this side, so I think it'll go like that, like that, like that. And then we'll have this one here, like that. What do you think? Or down here. That actually looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Then you can see this tab here. If I put it up here, you can't really see that. I think I like it down here. What I didn't do there was put a sort of a closure on all of this. So, too late for that now, but I could have put some ribbon here and here, and then we could have sort of tied them together like a stack of envelopes. No fear, because what I can do is pop a little bit of ribbon on here before I put my mat on and just hold that on with my mat. So, although it's still going to flip around. Well, I've done it now. I wanted to put some ribbon on there. This is why you do prototypes. Done now. But I like this down here, I think. Okay. I'll just make sure that that's stuck on. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Apart from the fact that I didn't think about a closure. So I was just thinking about how these are all going to stay together. And maybe I could just wedge a little hole under there and put something in there. I'm going to work on that because I really feel like, yeah, see, I think I could make a little section under here where I can get a little bit of ribbon in there, and the same here, and then I can tie them up, something like that. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. So then I was thinking about, you know, so this looks pretty cool from this side, but on this side we've got nothing going on. So same here, same here, same here. So I cut up some pockets to go on there as well. So I've got a corner pocket here. My corner pocket, I've cut out one of those, and I've also cut out 1, 2, 3 more small pockets, and I'm not going to attach them now because I haven't matted. But what I'm thinking is this corner pocket I might put on here, but it will be much easier if I put the mat on here first and then attach this on top. So I'm just going to clip it on for now so we can see what we've got going on here. So so then when this opens up, we've got a pocket here, and we open up, we've got a little pocket, a little corner pocket there. And then I've got 3 of these, so I could put a pocket, another little pocket on here, like this. So I'll get another paper clip that on there. And then on these ones on the back, because nothing's going on there, I'm just going to use these small pockets again, but this time I'm going to turn them in and attach them on each side like this. So then you could put a long tag in there. So that one there, and the same with this one here. But as I say, I'm not going to attach them because I want to put the mat on here first. So I'll just fold that one in and pop that one on there like that. Okay. So I'm sorry that I'm not showing you the matting, but you know, it'll make for a really long video if I did that. But let me just give you a quick tour of the mat situation. So Each piece in this file folder, whether you get this is the picture for the SVGs, if you were going to buy it as a printable template, then it looks like this. It has 16 pages, and the first 9 are the pieces themselves, and then the rest are all the mats for them. So I would just cut out these pink sections or for my matting for each piece, or out of my printable templates, these mats here. Okay, so the other thing that I like to do is I've actually cut out a sort of set of templates for my mat out of this really leery orange cardstock. So I don't often use orange cardstock for anything, so I've just cut it out on my Cricut, or if you were using the printable templates, you just print it onto some cardstock and then cut around it. These are my mats. So this is my file folder, base page 1 and 2 mat. So this is base page 1 and 2, and this is the mat. So then we know that it will fit on my base page 1 and 2. So if I could pick it up, then I can just trace this onto my paper that I'm using, my design paper, and it fits on here like this. So that's another way to do it. If you don't feel like sitting there with your Cricut and cutting out every single piece, you can just cut out a set of templates. And I like to do this, you know, if I'm working on my lap in front of the TV or watching YouTube or something, and I don't feel like, you know, using my Cricut, then I always have these little templates here to cut out my mats, and also handy if you're just using little tiny scraps of paper. So I'm going to go away after this video is finished, and I'm going to mat all these little things. I'm going to work out what I'm going to do about a closure, if anything. I'm not really sure yet. And I'm going to mat these inside pages as much as I can as well. And then in the next video we will add in some pockets and things on the inside of here, and then then it's pretty much done. We can pop our little journal in the center, and off we go. So I can either use these pockets in here, which I've done before, to put the pockets inside, or I'm going to use a lot of these ones. So this is a sunflower journal pack, and these pockets here will fit in the file folder, and they'll also fit in the journal. So I've already used some in the journal. Shall I give you a little quick look? Here we go. So this is the slot pocket from here. Slot pocket here. I've used this one here. And then this is some of the lovely papers by Cara. And my little bead's stuck. There we go. So here's one of those daisy pockets. It's the corner pocket. It's really nice, I think, because I don't have to really do any decoration on that pocket, and it already looks really pretty. I mean, no, you wouldn't use them for every pocket. I've used Cara pockets in here, but then I've got some of these little window pockets as well, and I've backed them with vellum, but you could back them with scrapbook paper or anything you like. So, and that's the CD holder, CD sleeve. So I've just got a little, anyway, there's more in here. So I just wanted to show you. So that I'm going to use some of these in my file folder as well. Okay, I feel like I've done masses of talking. If you're still with me, thanks very much for watching. And I hope to see you in the next video where we put in some of those pockets. Otherwise, have a great day, stay safe, happy crafting, see you soon, bye.